Hey everyone, thanks for joining us this morning. My name is JP McAllister. I'm the marketing coordinator here at AccuLynx, and I'm going to be your host for today's webinar. So today's topic is all about the newly released AccuLynx Field App. We're going to be showing you how the new features and functionalities can help you stay organized and connected while on the field. To kind of help me dive deeper into this topic, I'm joined by Matt Morrison, the product operations manager here at AccuLynx, and Jeff Salemi, our account executive here at AccuLynx. Before we can get started, I do have a little bit of housekeeping. We're using GoToWebinar today, so that means we will have you muted throughout the presentation, but you can drop any questions that you have into the Q&A box in the sidebar of the GoToWebinar. I will be doing my best to answer all these questions as we go throughout the presentation, but make sure you stick around because we will have a Q&A at the end of the presentation. All right, Matt, Jeff, go ahead and take it away.
All right. Perfect. All right, guys. First off, everybody, we appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on. I know early meetings, 10 o'clock is kind of in the prime time of your day, so we really appreciate all of our current customers and prospective customers for jumping in and wanting to learn a little bit more. So obviously, if you're here, you know a little bit about us, right? We're the #1 roofing, exterior contracting, CRM, and production manager within the industry, right? Started in 2008. Since then, built, by roofer for roofers, right? And everything we have been doing since that time, since we started and just had that basic idea and the purpose of servicing, the roofing and contracting space has been powered by those of you that are on this call that are current customers and what we've heard within the industry, right? So the difference between us and a lot of the others out there is we want to stick with this vertical, right? We are so ingrained into the roofing, exterior contracting space, right? Every tool that we build and everything that you'll see, including our mobile app today, is built with the purpose of getting everything out of your day as an owner or as a sales rep or as an office administrator for a roofing or exterior contracting organization. Maybe we go to the next slide here, Matt. All right, so let's talk about our new AccuLynx Field App and why we're going to go ahead and release that. And I think, Matt, turn this one over to you to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. So yeah, we just released the latest version of our Field App. We've been working on it for a long time, putting a lot of work into it. If you've been using AccuLynx for a long time, you may have been using what we are now referring to as our legacy Field App. The icon on your phone just had a solid blue square. The new one's got a split blue and white one. So if you don't see that one, go ahead and download the new one on your phone. It is a separate app versus like an upgrade or downloading a new upgrade to the existing one here. But the Field App, the new Field App, is really designed to give contractors the ability to connect with different people, either your own teams, your customers, to connect to their jobs, and really put both you and AccuLynx in a position for growth within this application here. So why did we do a redesign? Well, if you've used the existing or again the legacy app for a while, it had it was getting old. It had some functionality that people were asking for that just from a technical standpoint it just wasn't capable of doing, and so we decided to rebuild it from the ground up. As opposed to just trying to shoehorn functionality into old technology. And that's one of the reasons why, we spent a good bit of time, building it and putting a lot of thought into it so that we could continue to put new features into it over the course of the coming months and years, so that we could continue to serve you guys, listen to the requests that you guys give us, and hopefully add more and more functionality into it. So it's going to improve, it improves the usability and functionality, but also the performance, in terms of stability and speed, and the ability to navigate through through the application here. So what exactly are some of the things that we did there? Now, obviously, whenever you create a new application and upgrade it, there's a whole host of features, some of them big and obvious and flashy, and others of them small and subtle and not the type of thing you would necessarily highlight on a webinar, but when you start to use it, it's like, oh, I can now edit this thing that I couldn't edit, or I can navigate in a way that I couldn't do before. And it just makes it easier to use, more comfortable to use, more convenient, and hopefully a little bit less frustrating on a day-to-day basis. So obviously right off the bat, you can see that there's a whole new look to the whole application. It's designed to maybe be a little bit more synonymous with the web application. So if you bounce back and forth between the web application and the mobile application visually, hopefully there should be a little bit more synchronicity there, a little bit more familiarity. So that'll make it a little bit easier to just to kind of go back and forth between the two things. But you can create leads. You can now manage your contacts on here if you're utilizing our contact managing capabilities, like especially if you've got people that you work with on multiple jobs, you can create and manage those contacts on the mobile application as well. Of course, you can still put your messages, log call, make notes about a phone call or a visit or whatever that you might have had with your customers. You can enter measurements on here. Previously, you were only able to order measurements from one of our integrated measurement providers, but now you can also enter in manual measurements. So if you have a measuring tape out there and you're just pulling tape on a job, or maybe you have a measurement that you're getting from somewhere else, you can manually type those things in. And of course, you can see your schedules like you can see on the screenshot here. If you are utilizing our customer portal add-on, you can now manage that, invite people to that. You can put photos into albums and then share those photo albums with whoever you want to share them with, and a whole host of other things that were designed to either increase the functionality or just make the functionality easier to use. There's no way I can show you every single piece of functionality or just talk about it here. So I think what I'm going to really do is pass this back over to Jeff. Jeff's actually got his phone set up with his computer, so he's going to be able to show you the web and the app in kind of conjunction with each other and give you a better feel for that. And if you are an existing AccuLynx user and you haven't taken the opportunity yet to download the new application onto your phone, it's available on both Android and iOS. So go to your App Store or your Google Play Store and download that. Again, just make sure you look for the application called the AccuLynx Field App, and the icon has the blue square, or the square with the split blue and white icon.